Welcome to another podcast of the current situation at Manchester United. This is my, I believe this is my eighth podcast after a month. Um, my thoughts on it. It's been, it goes with anything that you do. If you started something new, you have that passion, you have that drive, you want to continue, you want to put out content. If it's making YouTube videos or you're learning a skill and you want to put in repetition to try and master that skill. Yeah, I'm kind of enjoying it. It wasn't. It's not. I mean, it's an early stage. I'm in my formative years of YouTube videos, but yeah, yeah. I think I'm enjoying. Although I haven't got a lot of views, but again, it goes back to profession or anything that you like. If you really like it, if you really like it. Alright, for example, if you were, I don't know, if you were a doctor and you want to study to become a doctor, are you doing it because you go make money and cheese off of that? Or are you doing it because you have a passion, you have a urge, you have a drive for that particular profession? You get what I'm saying? So for me, individual and person, I'm not making no money off these podcasts, but it's just something I like to do. I like to run off my mouth. I like to yik yak. So in this particular podcast, it's going to. I know it's weekdays, but again, if you're at work, you can listen to this podcast. I can promise you wholeheartedly, it's going to be quite a lengthy one because of some things to express about as a Manchester United supporter. There are some players that need to be discussed, particular forms, and so yeah, I was just it's been a tough morning. It's been very cold. It's like negative 4 degrees. Yeah, bro. It's really. I literally could have had my fingers for frosted flakes this morning. It was very freezing. Um, everybody knows if you're a Manchester United supporter, you love football. Everybody knows what this time of the year is. Oh, it's all about Valentine's, give my chocolate, give my roses. They're in the garage. I'll just grab them. If you want to go that road, but if you're talking from a football standpoint or a perspective, speaking of Manchester United, because I support that club, of course, but Manchester United at this time of year, coming to my first topic, would um would just like to say from the bottom of our hearts as supporters. Well, I speak for myself because there's some supporters that don't really give a damn, but they're sociopaths. So for me, I would just like to express my sympathy for the family members of the players that passed in 1958 or 6 or something, 1968 or something. I mean, of the Air Munich disaster crash of the Manchester United players, about 13 players passed from what I've read. It's been said that it's based on a refueling or something that to do with the airplane and yeah, and plus the conditions was not the best, so that's kind of a catastrophe right there. And the players, actually, not all the players passed away. You had Bobby Charlton, he survived the crash, and other players. I wasn't around at that time, so excuse my ignorance of the name of the players. But he had Matt Busby, who was I wouldn't say the founding fathers, but he was the Manchester United manager at the time. He was known as the father of the Busby Babes. His last name gave the ammunition to call the players the Busby Babes. So yeah, but Matt Busby was a survivor, but unfortunately down the line he passed away. Um, Speaking of passing away, he had Duncan Edwards was considered to be a top centre back for England at the time. It was a very young squad actually. Um, yeah, it was a very good young squad, and he was the one that passed away. But his passing was different. He got injuries, but his injuries were severe that it unfortunately led to him passing. So I just want to. I'm a day in, of course, because tomorrow is the anniversary. But I'm a early person, so I just want to put it out there. So as I'm making this video, I would just like to say with the bottom of my heart, out of scrap that. I just want to say that um, the players are not one of those supporters that would say that they're in heaven and they're looking on us. And personally, I don't believe in that, but I know a lot of people do. But I'll just say, it's been a tragedy. It's been a tragedy. Um, so I just wanted to, I just wanted to say that. Now, in my podcast, for the rest of the podcast, going on a positive note, um, as you all are aware of the new signing of Manchester United, the midfield Bruno Fernandes, which was made man of the match in his first game, his debut match. I don't think he personally played that bad, but I don't work for Square Sports, so who am I to talk? Um, so there are a lot of midfield thoughts about like what is the midfield that Manchester United should play with, should start with, should progress going forward. So these are my thoughts. So in midfield we have Matic, we have Lingard, we have Fred, we have Mata, we have Pogba, we have Andres Pereira, and of course we have Bruno. That's our senior midfield players. Seven. Speaking of number seven, speaking of number seven, today is Cristiano Ronaldo's birthday. There are some millennial Manchester United fans that saying that he's the best Manchester United player of all time. Maybe I'm against the grain. I'm old school myself, despite being young, but I wouldn't consider Cristiano Ronaldo the best Manchester United player. When you have Rooney, when you have I know I'll go get stuck on that because I love Rooney personally. Um, when you have Eric Cantona or Bobby Robson, George Best. Speaking of number sevens, he was one of the best. Speaking of number sevens again, Eric Cantona, Bobby Robson, they all wear the number seven, and David Beckham, and I guess Michael Owen. Um, yeah, so kudos to Cristiano Ronaldo. Today's his birthday, so shout out to you, big player. Yeah, we really miss you at Manchester United. He was a great player for Manchester United. His skills, the determination, like a lot of fans personally, especially Barcelona supporters, thought that when Cristiano Ronaldo came to Spain, that's when he started to get a lot of hatred, hatred, a lot of haters and critics of his performances, him as a person. Actually, that started when he was in England, believe it or not. And to add more fuel to the fire, it got worse and gruesome when in 2006 when England was playing Portugal and the ball was played into Rooney and Rooney lost control and yeah, he stomped in a guy's kickster, i.e. his balls. Um, mm, um, yeah, and Ronaldo was like, bro, send him off, send him off, send him off, send him off. And then of course the referee sent him off, and then ever since, well, no goal. I don't think no goal was scored in that game, so it went to penalties. Quarterfinals of the World Cup, and none other than Cristiano Ronaldo to score from the penalty spot to put Portugal in the other round. So yeah, kudos to Cristiano Ronaldo. He's anything but an angel. He's never been an angel, but yeah, he's one of the best players to play for Manchester United, no doubt. So at the end of that advertisement, let's get back into the midfield. All right, so all right, let's start with Ole because he's the manager. So Ole plays with a 4-2-3-1, and in that midfield we have a double pivot of Fred and McTominay, or Fred or Andres Pereira and Scott McTominay. Or sometimes there are times that Andres can play as a number 10. Usually Lingard plays as a number 10, and when Mata comes on, he plays as a number 10, if not play on the right. But I'm not getting into that right now. I'm talking about the midfield. Like there's a saying in football that goes, the midfield battle is what determines the game. If you lose the midfield battle, then you're bound to lose the game. You're going to become second best in that match, in that tussle. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. So so Ole plays a two double pivot in terms of defensive midfielders in the middle. Um Personally, with the addition of Bruno Fernandes to get the best midfield, to get the strikers scoring and firing on target, I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has to play with a 4-3-3. Go back to that formation he was using in March of last year. Yeah, earlier last year. Um, when we had Pogba, we had Matic. Who was the other midfielder playing in that midfield three? Somebody else on that right hand side. I can't remember. I think it was Fred. I don't think Fred was playing that much. Um, or probably Lingard in the midfield. I doubt that, but yeah, that's the formation he should use with Matic coming off the bench, and as the starters they have Scott McTominay as the base as a CDM, and then on the right hand side Bruno Fernandes. Speaking of Bruno Fernandes, and on the right hand side, shout out to the United stand. They didn't give me a shout out, but actually love that channel. I started watching that channel since 2016, and Mark Goldbridge, yeah, he's quite the character. It's very entertaining. So shout out to you, Mark Goldbridge. There's some stuff I disagree with him over the years, but 7 and 8 out of times, 8 times out of 10, yeah, I agree with him. His points are on base. Yeah, he's basically saying that Bruno Fernandes should play on the right hand side of the midfield three, of the midfield three, and on the left hand side, which a lot of Manchester United supporters are saying, Pogba should play. Yeah, that's where Pogba should be playing. If you want to get because I mean, in midfield it's all about balance and moderation. For example, I'm going to give out a shout out to Real Madrid. Not the most favorite of clubs, but when Real Madrid was playing under Benitez reign, which was not long, everybody knew it was coming. But Benitez played a midfield of Kroos, Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, and James Rodriguez. Let me repeat that: Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, and James Rodriguez. So out of the three midfields that I just mentioned, who was the defensive midfielder? Who was the creator from deep, i.e. the box to box? Who was the number 10? Who? You get what I'm saying? Because yes, Kroos can do a job at centre defensive midfield, but that's not his. Tony Kroos is a box to box. He's a box to box. He can play number 10, but he's a box to box by birth. That's his bread and butter. That's where he established himself as a top player for Bayern. Playing with Schweinsteiger. Always get mixed up with Schweinsteiger. Excuse my English. Um, Thomas Muller, if he's playing deep. Thiago and Javi Martinez. So shout out to Bayern Munich. I'm doing a lot of shout outs. Yeah, I'm in a good mood, so I'll just do that. So I just said that to say this that moderation is key because you need a defensive midfielder that's like his his bread, like he knows how to play the position perfectly and he masters it with a PhD, a master degree, everything. He's a master at that position. Real Madrid didn't have that until they came up with Casemiro off the bench when Benitez got sacked. Then Real Madrid started firing in the midfield. But I'm talking about prior. And James Rodriguez was always a number 10. Always a number 10. But the midfield was in balance. The midfield was in balance. There was nobody to sit back, nobody to dictate, to create. Well, of course they were creating because they're midfielders. But somebody have to sit back, somebody have to pay the passes. Doing another shout out. Barcelona. Barcelona from 2009 to 2014, I would say had the best midfield in the football world. Period. Period. Featuring Sergio Busquets, Javier Hernandez, and Andres Iniesta. They knew what their specialty is, and they played suit to that style play of Pep Guardiola. Sergio Busquets was to dictate from deep. He was the mastermind. He could tackle as well. He wasn't fast. He wasn't that tenacious, but he was very smart. Javier Hernandez, without getting lengthy, he's a player that dictate from deep. He can cross. He can make a play without even like he has high football IQ, high football IQ in midfield. He knows when to pass it and how to pass it. And of course, the Don Andres, if you're Spanish, he's the player that would make. He's known as the maestro, a maestro, number 10 maestro. So he was the player that would have the flair, or if you're French, the panache, the player that would have a smooth style of play, like probably Zidane when he was playing for Real Madrid, that could dictate, but he's more of the player that would sit the ball at his feet and just basically move players out to their position. That's what Iniesta was doing. Sorry, that's what Iniesta was doing. So I think that Manchester United needs to do something similar to that, where Pogba should be playing. What's his style of play? What should he be doing for the manager? That's how I see it as a Manchester United fan. So again, I'm going to re-emphasize that for me, and leave your comments down below in the comment section. Who you think should be starting in the United midfield? Could be midfield three, or if you want to stick with midfield pivot, who should be playing deep and who should be playing as the number 10? Comments down below, and yeah, I mean, who should really be playing in Manchester United midfield? Who should be that tenacious player? Because personally, I think I might be contradicting myself somewhat, but Scott is not that tenacious in tackles. Um, so probably Fred should start. in that midfield, maybe on the right hand side of midfield. Maybe he should start. That's just my. I don't know. I might be contradicting myself, but again, um, leave your comments down below in the comment section of who you think should start in the midfield, and that would segue me into the forward line. Hold up, give me 1 second.